All right, welcome back, everybody. It's been a while. A lot has happened since we last saw a video. It's been quite a while. It's been like 3 weeks at least. So basically, just to give you guys a heads up, not only was I on vacation, it took like a week to go to the Smoky Mountains, and basically got there and then got COVID right away. So I must have got to Minnesota and then got to Tennessee, and it just hit me. And then I drove down there. So unfortunately, between um, being that far away from home, sleeping outside or in my vehicle, and then having to drive home, it really wasn't that good for me. I took quite a beating from COVID, especially when I got back. But I'm pretty sure it would not have been nearly as bad had I been at home. But like I said, I was basically sleeping in a hammock or else the back of my vehicle for 2 3 days. Plus, I went hiking. Basically, I went hiking and knew something was wrong, but I couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. That I was having such a hard time hiking, and then probably like the second day into it, I realized, oh my God, I'm sick. And then just the way, for as hard as it hit me, kind of figured out, oh, it's COVID. So thankfully, I do everything solo, and I really don't communicate with people when I go out hiking. So it's not like I was visiting with anybody on the trail or in the campground or anything. But basically came home and then spent about 5 or 6 days really taking a beating before finally kind of healing up and then getting around. And then at the same time, then of course my kids got it too. So one of my children has it, which is also kind of eating up a lot of spare time. She's not sick or anything, you can barely tell she has anything going on. But it's basically taken me out of work for almost 3 weeks this month, between taking care of her and then dealing with my own, uh, you know, deal with COVID. So, but yeah, I've had the Transformers on my shelf for whenever they came out. Has it been 3 weeks already? Just chomping at the bit. I also have the GI Joe mates. Have also been sitting there. Those I'm actually more excited about than these, but I got some ideas with these and figured we may as well start out with these. So first, it's pretty nice packaging. Definitely the GI Joe is the best packaging of the two, but still very cool packaging for these guys. Um, but let's take them out of their package and get a closer look at them. So here we have a quick tray shot. And they do have some accessories, enough to make me happy anyway. Optimus has his gun and his axe, his battle axe, and then Bumblebee comes with a gun and then an extra head. I don't know if it's more Cybertronian or what it is, but it's nice to have a few extra accessories for him, and then everything appropriate for Optimus. And I don't think we need much for the other two. But yeah, God, they look so good. Let's take them out of the tray. So again, just some nice looking figures. They put a lot of work into these, especially with the molds. None of those feet are anything we've ever seen before. The torsos, anything like that. Basically, other than the stripped down, legs and arms. Well, not even the arms, but the torso. These things are completely brand new. Um, they're way more posable than I thought they would be. If you look at their arms, they got those cubes, on the shoulder, say the shoulders. Normally, when we've had figures like that, say Iron Man or any other figure, the posability on them is just nil. There's nothing there. And for these guys having bulked up torsos on square shoulders, they are extremely posable compared to what you'd think they would be. Yeah, just a ton of tooling and molds going on here. I'm glad. I never would in a million years would have expected them, Diamond Select, to go this route with figures, but I'm glad they did. Even Starscream with that, with his wings and everything else. I mean, it's just, you know, they just did such a great job with it. And Bumblebee's got that back part, got his wheel on back. It's a little off center, but whatever. And yeah, I mean, just great character choices for everybody with Shockwave and Starscream and Optimus and Bumblebee. I always thought it was kind of weird when War for Cybertron came out. It took forever to get Bumblebee, and I know a lot of people are just like tired of Bumblebee, but I definitely am not. He's just as much needed as Optimus or any of the other top guys. We do have a 4-pack coming that's been announced with Megatron, Blaster, Soundwave, and then Grimlock. So that's great. And just to show you guys, we have underneath Optimus's torso, we actually have the Matrix of Leadership, which is just fantastic that they did that. You can barely see it through his windshield, but it is there. I'm glad somebody else caught that. I did check the rest of the torsos, and there's nothing else going on with the rest of them. But with this figure, with Optimus, we have that torso underneath there. And then just kind of showing you guys what Bumblebee looks like with that extra head. I'm guessing Cybertronian head. I know Transformers pretty good, but the original G1 cartoon and a few other ones I haven't seen, or excuse me, I don't remember. It's, I watched G1 when it came out back in the 80s, mid 80s. It was one of my favorite shows, but I can't remember if that face is from like the first episode or something, or where it's from. But pretty cool. Pretty cool they threw it in there. So, anyways, let's set these guys up for some pictures. All right. So for our first picture, we have Shockwave with Bumblebee on on an operating table, some wires hooked up to him, and then in the background we kind of got the Cybertronian look on the outside with Optimus, coming to the rescue. But yeah, I always love Shockwave. I love his mad scientist. The idea of him being a mad scientist, and it works really well for this picture, having Bumblebee sprawled out on the operating table. But yeah, just throwing in a bunch of mechanical looking stuff. That tower in back is actually hex bugs. I think those hex bugs are really gonna come in handy for some Cybertronian looking backgrounds and dio pieces. So looking forward to using those. But yeah, definitely a fun picture. So let's go on to the next picture. All right, so this next picture is just kind of a simple Bumblebee and Optimus in a cool pose, and then slipping in Starscream, in the background up on the tower or whatever. So, yeah, as I said before, the hex bugs dio pieces are going to work well for Cybertron. And then just all these catwalks and walkways and towers and everything else. Honestly, I wish I would have bought more, but I do have enough to really get some cool shots in. But yeah, just a very nice, crisp picture of these two with Starscream mixed in the back. And so, yeah, great to see him. I think we'll have to do another close-up, maybe with flying Starscream fighting Optimus or something like that. But yeah, definitely makes for a cool background. So let's go on to the next picture. All right, so we got a group shot with all four of them in here. Again, getting that awesome Cybertronian shot with all the hex bugs, dio pieces in the background. We have Starscream kind of coming down, landing close to Optimus and Bumblebee, and just throwing Shockwave there in the background, just observing the whole fight or whatever. Probably not getting involved. You could probably fly over there and get involved, but yeah, just a fun, like I said, Cybertronian shot. Just happy to get these guys out and finally use them. With everything else going on, it was kind of difficult to get in here, but finally finding time, making the most of these. So can't wait for the next 4-pack. Can't wait to have, I always say what makes a team is 5 characters. What makes a character's team is 5 characters. Well, we're only going to have 4 of each after this, but God, that's more than enough to be really happy. And they sure did pick some good figures, to go around the first time around. So very happy with them. Anyways, guys, hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you guys at the next video. Bye now.